There's three of these windows, and they get pretty warm in the summertime. And I switched rooms with my birds, so I haven't spent a summer in this room. It's been them. And not that it's like super hot, but probably a little warmer than I would like. So I'm going to see how the new ones look. So apparently my microphone was not on. I'm showing you the hardware with the anchors that I ended up not needing because it was solid behind where I was drilling. The first window I did on the left hand side, the left window on the right bracket, I drilled in too close and I had to re-drill, so I have one hole that I need to repair on the right hand side, which I will do at the very end. I didn't get the curtains very long because I didn't want them to hit the floor. There's too many feathers and just dust and dog hair and stuff like that that I clean up daily, so I didn't want that to the curtains any lower than that. I'm putting up a blind that I had up previously to insulate the window just a little bit more. They are tension blinds and they're really nice. They do seem to stay up okay. They're just not enough on their own to hold heat out. So this room is actually the dining room that I was using for the bird room, and right to the left of it you can see a bird cage. That is just a small room between the front door and the dining room. And I used to work in that room as the office, and I swapped them. The furniture fit better and the birds have a nice big window. So I'm going to try to make this a little more energy efficient / cooler for summer by having more window treatments on here. And I like the way the colors are. I really like the lighter on the blinds and the darker on the drapes. You can see the birds are very interested in watching what I'm doing. They fly back and forth. Sometimes I notice they land on me and sometimes I don't. Now I've got the center one up and I'm working on the right one. When I actually got the center one up, I realized that I had put the bracket lower on the right hand side than the left hand side. So I had to raise it up and redo it, and I have to go back and repair that hole. What happened was I thought that the top hole was the bottom hole or vice versa anyway, so I ended up with it like one bracket length lower than it needed to be, and I turned around and looked and saw before I ever hung anything on it, and at that point all you can do is laugh. So I'm putting the last set of drapes up now, curtains up, and I've got the blind already up. And I really did like the narrowness of the drapes on the inside. However, they are not quite, it's just not as stable with the weight of the curtains. They're not super heavy, but the rod is pretty narrow. So this gives a little bit more insulation having 2 layers, and I am still able to open them up for light. So here I'm showing you the 3 different versions. On the right is the blinds up with the curtains open, and the blinds down. As soon as I get around these birds here, everything is in the way. I'm stepping over. That is completely closed blinds and curtains. So I think it's going to take a little bit to get used to them, but I think I'm going to leave them up. When you finish a job, you just get plain tired. And here I am, I'm putting some spackle on this little hole. And I'll go back and do the other hole. You'd never know it was ever there. Oh, and I also said the vinyl that's on the half round window at the top, I can't think what they're called. I put those up about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. Really, really liked it. I got one pattern I cut out and then I used it for all 3 windows, and clean it with vinegar and water and then you take a spray bottle with some soap in it, just a little bit of dish soap and water, and put it on there. And we had weather down in 17 degrees and back up to 77, and they stayed on the window just fine. So I'm showing mixing the paint and getting a little paint on the sponge, and everything is fixed. And now I'll just say a few words. Curtains are up. After all that, I'm not sure I like it better. I'm looking at it right now, and I like the narrowness of it before, but this is a lot more sturdy than being on a tension rod because the curtains are heavy. But they're up, and I'm probably going to leave them like that at least for a while. I'm still looking for my old rod hardware. I've got 3 rods I really like, and I can just swap those out. What do you think? You don't care, do you? But for today, that's what I'm going to leave up there. So I'm going to let y'all tell me if you like it or not. So I'll see you next time. Bye.